Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to my new video. On today's video I'm going to be talking about something a bit different. I've got this Kemei Clipper and the Kemei trimmers only for £30. Now comparing this two bad boys with my other clippers, which I paid about £150 to £200, there's a big difference. Now could I be able to provide the same quality, the same precise haircut that I do every single day with these two little bad boys? There's only one way to find out. Let's get into the video. Alright guys, so I've got my client over here now and he has the perfect hair for me to test these clippers out. Why? Is because his hair is overgrown, it's out-touched, and he's asked for a taper fade and a side pattern on the left. So that I need to be wary of. However, on the back of his neck, I'm going to slightly take the fade a bit higher in order to match it with his haircut. And on the side of his head, I'm going to use the fade a bit lower. So starting off, I'm going to use the number 3 guard, and honestly, once I started this haircut, I was absolutely shocked to what this clip is capable of, because I thought that he's going to drag, he's going to lag, he's going to pull the hair, but nothing like that ever happened. So I was really shocked. It cuts like butter, and that really did amaze me. However, the only downside I will say to this clipper is, when I moved on to the 0 and the 0.5, it didn't really blend properly comparing to my other clippers, because I need to go over it again and again in order to remove that line. And the lever on the side where it clicks, it's a bit out-touched. I think it has 4 options, whereas my other clippers has about 5. So it has less options, and you got to be very careful to know which level you are at with the lever. So with that, it did take me a bit more time in order to know where I am with this haircut. But other than that, I wasn't disappointed, because of course the clipper itself, the clipper and the trimmer itself costs £30. So of course you're going to be experiencing stuff like this. So the challenge is whether I could be able to provide the same quality haircut with these clippers. Now what I'm doing is, right now I'm moving on to the 0 and the 0.5 guard, where I explained earlier, where the fade basically takes more time in order to blend that line out. But if you're patient with it, you can slowly remove that line. I would say that this clipper is best for people that wants to get into the barber industry. Why? Because the clippers and the trimmers are dirt cheap, and if you don't know whether you are going to become a barber in the future, so you don't want to splash out crazy, because a clipper normally will cost you about £150 to £200, trimmer likewise. So that itself, you're looking at £300 to £400 just to buy a clipper and a trimmer. So if you're looking to get into barbering and you're not sure, I would say buy one of these clippers, because later when you know that the barbering is for you, then you can go and invest on expensive clippers. Now what I'm moving on to is the trimmers. Now as you can see, likewise I had to do it over and over again, because if I were to compare this trimmer and my wall high vis, my wall high vis will do this one time and that's it. But with this, I had to go over and over again. I would say this is the best for removing the bulk for a skin fade. Honestly, it cuts it like butter. It's amazing. But when it comes to shaping up, I had to go over and over again, and I had to be very patient with it. But in the end, we did manage to get the result that I wanted. Now, silly me, I forgot to record the video where I did the result at the end of the haircut, where I did a 360 to show you guys how it is. But that's not going to disappoint me, because as I'm cutting the hair, you can be able to see the result, you can be able to see the fade. So therefore, I did make myself a bit happy. Otherwise, I would be crying right now, because it was a really nice haircut, and the clippers did amazing, speaking for the price that I bought it for. Now what I'm doing is, right now, is basically doing the same thing, 0.5, then I'm moving to my 0, then I'm going to move on to the number 1, and then I'm going to use the thinning scissors to blend that final look. I'm doing the same technique for the back, for the side. However, on the back, I am going to go slightly higher, just so that the back of his hair basically blends in well. Now, as you can see, honestly, I'm not basically struggling right now. As you can see, the lines are fading properly. It's doing its job. It's not like I have to dig into his head in order to remove that line. So thank God I didn't need to, but it did amazing for the clippers. Now here I'm going around his ears. Likewise, I said I had to go over it like 3-4 times in order to get that line straight. I would say this trimmers is only good for people who are not barbers, who wants to trim the beard at home, or who is looking to get into barbering and you don't want to be splashing a lot of money and then later down the line that barbering is not for you and you lost all that money. So this is a perfect shout, and honestly, look at that fade. As you can see, the sideburn beautifully tapered, back of his neck beautifully tapered, and I could not tell the difference between this clipper and the clipper that cost me £200. And at the same time, yes, it's about skills and it's about experiences on how you know how to cut hair. At the same time, you do need a good tools to get that result. So guys, moving on to the left part of his head, this is where the side pattern is, and I'm going to do the same technique what I did for the right hand side and for the back. When using this clipper, when you turn it on, it's funny because when you use your other clippers like your Wall, your Gammas, your Oda, once you turn it on, it goes to like full performance. But with this, when you turn it on, it's like it gives a little millisecond or a second for it to go to its full performance. Like you can just see, you can just hear like it's starting to get a bit higher, get a bit more powerful, which that honestly you can tell that the motor is nothing like the same as what you would get for a £200 clipper. Now over here, I'm going over with the trimmers, making a line straight. Yes, with the video you can be able to see it like I'm going over it 1 or 2 times, but actually I did have to go over it a couple of times to get that line straight. I will only say that this trimmer is really good for if removing the hair, like for example going for a skin fade, but it doesn't go to a 0-0. You will need your wall height is what I use in order to get that proper 0. But other than that, I can't fault him. Honestly, it's only for a tenner, so it's not a bad shout. Now over here, I've told my client that an Italian beard will actually suit you very nice. So as you can see, I'm removing the hair from his neck, and he's not pulling the hair, and that's really was nice to me. As my client said, like basically can't even feel a thing. So I was really happy about that, and it was really a big thumbs up. But you can tell the quality different instantly once you use these clippers compared to other clippers. But here's the final product, guys. And yes, I am very disappointed that I did not hit the record button for the 360 review. But as you can see from the video, you can be able to judge the haircut. Honestly, if I were to say like this clipper was made from a £30 clippers, you would not believe me until I show you this video, but here it is. And if you did like this video, please leave me a like, comment and subscribe for more videos like this. I'll be making more videos with clipper reviews, tutorials in the upcoming. Thank you very much.